no, Kate and me had the first scene together with Sandy, and Kate came up to me and said, like, are you having an inner freak out that you're acting opposite the most famous face in America? And go like, yes, I am. And it took a bit of time to get over my starstruckness.
You might think that once you become a world-famous actor, musician or athlete, it means you're immune to the feeling of being starstruck. But guess what? Celebrities are just like us, freaking out when they meet their idols. From fangirling on the red carpet to gushing over their favourite co-stars, some of the biggest names in Hollywood still get weak in the knees when they meet a fellow star. So let's take a look at some celebrities who have gotten starstruck meeting fellow A-listers.
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm a huge groupie. I get starstruck all the time.
Yes, that's superstar Macy Gray, who's sold more than 25 million albums in her career, but can still get a little starstruck. For who, you're probably wondering?
I ran into Mick Jagger one day. That was pretty wild. And I said, you know, you're one of the best lyricists ever. Because I couldn't think of anything else to say. It was like, you know, a fan thing. Like, there's a million things to talk about. And I said, you're one of the best lyricists that ever lived. And he smiled and he walked away. Because, you know, what are you going to do?
Actor Chase Stokes had an unexpected and slightly awkward gym encounter with his biggest idol while in Brazil for Netflix's Tudum Festival.
Arnold for sure. He's like a childhood hero of mine. I got to meet him yesterday in rehearsals, and he's just as great as you could ever imagine. So I saw him in the gym this morning too, kind of like gave the nod of approval and shook his hand again, and I was like, I'm gonna pass out.
Mads Mikkelsen, known for his effortlessly cool and intimidating on-screen presence, is not someone you would expect to get starstruck. But even he couldn't keep his composure when meeting this Hollywood legend.
Yeah, I mean, the starstruck thing is a little weird because I do tend to I can get a little starstruck when it comes to people doing sports, but not so much with actors because I can admire them tremendously, but I also know what we're doing, so it doesn't become magical in a sense. I can just be a big admirer of someone, right? But the first time I was supposed to meet Harrison Ford, and we were going over some scenes, he stepped out, and apparently he had a costume fitting, so he came out as Indiana Jones, had whipped the whole thing. I got a little starstruck there, because I never got to meet Harrison, only Indiana. It was pretty cool.
Even the toughest superheroes can get starstruck, and Hugh Jackman is no exception. Despite playing Wolverine for over 2 decades, Jackman has admitted that he was completely in awe when he first met Sir Patrick Stewart.
So a lot of people don't know this, but when I was a drama school student, we saw these tapes on how to play Shakespeare that Patrick stars in, right? So he was, and I watched it over and over again. I wanted to go to the Royal Shakespeare Company and work with Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart on Shakespeare. When I turned up on set, I was fully starstruck. I was like, literally, it was a lot. So to finish it with him was very poignant for me. To watch the final film with him sitting next to me, it was amazing.
Anna Kendrick, known for her wit and charm, is usually the one making others laugh. But even she couldn't help get starstruck when she met the one and only Jennifer Lopez.
I actually did meet Jennifer, you know, in one of those things where I'm just walking through shot, but it's like her most serious scene in the film, so I'm trying to kind of leave her alone, but I'm like, oh my God, you're Jennifer Lopez. You're so pretty.
Do you get starstruck?
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, it will leave you dumbstruck how gorgeous she is in person. It was hard not to be like, no, how are you doing that, for real? So that wouldn't have been an appropriate thing to say to her, so I'm glad that I held that in.
Even the legendary Steven Spielberg, one of the most successful filmmakers in history, has had his starstruck moments. Despite his incredible career and numerous accolades, there are still a few people who leave him in awe.
I don't know everybody. People assume I do and I don't. So I get a little bit starstruck when I see someone whose performance has rocked my world.
And there you have it, proof that no matter how big the star, everyone can still feel that sense of excitement when meeting their idols. Whether it's a legendary director, a fellow actor, or a pop icon, even the most famous of us are just fans at heart.